On today's episode, we're talking all about brand awareness marketing versus direct response marketing and which one is best for your business. Let's get to it. Hey there, my name is Adam Erhart, modern marketing strategist, and welcome to the Modern Marketing Show, where we help you make marketing that matters. Now, when it comes to marketing your business, there's no shortage of strategy or tactics or tools available to use. You can use social media. You can use email marketing. There's content marketing. There's video marketing. You can blog, do SEO. You can do direct mail, pay-per-click, maybe start a YouTube channel, maybe run some Facebook ads. You ever considered putting up a banner or doing some skywriting? Don't do that. Well, regardless of which tactic you decide to use, they tend to fall into one of two camps, one of which is brand awareness marketing and the other one is direct response marketing. Now, when I first got involved in the marketing game, I fell firmly into the brand awareness marketing, which is all about creating value, creating content, getting out there and staying top of mind among your target market. However, it didn't take long before the siren song of the direct response marketer started calling me in, and I was all but enthralled with creating those direct response ads that were designed to get action and get action quickly. So in my pursuit of ever more aggressive direct response tactics, I tend to leave the brand awareness marketing behind. That was until around a year ago when I found kind of the perfect combination of both, and that's the practice that I preach now. I'm going to suggest to you. But first, before we get into that, let's differentiate brand awareness marketing versus direct response marketing. So for the context of this video, brand awareness marketing is going to encompass pretty much anything that doesn't involve an immediate and direct call to action like an advertisement or like a one-off promotion. So this is going to include things like all forms of content marketing, whether we're talking about daily emails or putting out videos or putting organic or even paid Facebook posts that are designed to get people to consume your content and engage with your brand. Now, of course, you can and you should have a call to action on every piece of content you put out there. However, we're not going to be tracking them as strictly as we would with a direct response ad because attribution becomes a little more difficult to say, look, this click led to this sale or this view led to that customer. Rather, what we're trying to do is create value for the marketplace and get our content in front of our target market. Direct response marketing, on the other hand, has that direct line as closely as possible related to that click leading to that sale or to that video view leading to that customer acquisition or whatever we're talking about. This is where you hear about marketers talking about know your numbers and master your metrics and all of the stuff that goes into it, including your click-through rates and your cost per click and your cost per customer acquisition and cost per lead and all those other cost metrics. Now, of course, this is important. In fact, it's crucial, and you do need to make sure that you're monitoring all of your direct response marketing, especially if you're running paid traffic, because otherwise you're pretty much just flushing money down the toilet. But a really dangerous thing can happen when you start living full-time in the world of direct response marketing, and that is tending to associate your customers or your clients just as numbers. After all, when you're looking at your spreadsheets or you're looking through your ads manager or any of your metrics, what you're going to see is you're going to see costs and you're going to see clicks and you're going to see numbers rather than the people and rather than the value behind those numbers. So this is where my strategy has evolved and has kind of merged over the last few years to a hybrid between brand awareness marketing and direct response marketing that's designed to give optimal value to your customer while still contributing to the bottom line. Here's an example of how this might work. First, the foundation and the platform for all of your marketing should be based on compelling content, basically creating marketing that matters and everything we talk about here on the channel, which is actually a pretty good reminder that if you're into this type of thing, you might want to consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. So again, the foundation here is creating that compelling content, creating marketing that matters and providing value to your target market and to your marketplace. Now, this can be in the form of a blog, it can be videos, it can be a podcast, it can be lead magnets or Facebook Lives or any other live streams. But remember, the goal is to deliver as much value as possible. When you do this, you position yourself as an authority and an expert in your field, and you build a tremendous amount of customer goodwill. All right, so goodwill is great, makes you feel good, makes your market feel good, but it's not going to add to the bottom line, which is where we've got to pair that with direct response marketing. And this is kind of where my strategy has changed in the last little bit. You see, where I used to run simultaneous campaigns of brand awareness and direct response, maybe sometimes bidding against each other, maybe running them at the same time or on the same platform, maybe even on different platforms, what I tend to do now is we run massive brand awareness campaigns that are designed to give nothing but value, and then we use paid traffic platforms and paid ads to run the direct response for us. What this allows us to do is to really track crystal clear where the clicks are coming from, but we're also leveraging the fact that we're running warm audience targeting. So what this means is that we're running our direct response ads to people that already know, already like, and already trust us, which allows us to get better results for far less money, making our costs more effective and our return on investment that much greater. So again, let me kind of clarify that one more time. Basically, we create a ton of content all for free and we put it out organically. Then we create audience with people who have interacted or engaged with this content through the paid traffic platforms like YouTube ads or Facebook ads. And these are the platforms that we then run direct response marketing to, targeting only those who have already engaged, already know, already like, and already trust us. This in turn allows us to spend less and get higher results, as well as we're able to create a ton of value to the market and still get a really positive return on investment. In fact, by using and leveraging this strategy, I've been able to create campaigns for my clients that have generated upwards of 18,000% return on investment. Not too shabby. And it's all because we provide value first and we ask for the sale second, not the other way around. So to wrap it up, bring it home. Basically, you need brand awareness marketing because you gotta create content and you've gotta build that trust and authority in your marketplace. But at the same time, you can't neglect direct response marketing because you need to get that sale, and ideally, you're gonna be running it on a paid traffic platform that's going to allow you to accurately attribute the sale to a click so that you can leverage it and get more bang for your buck. All right, so thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and got some value from it. If so, let me know in the comments section below which camp you tend to fall more in, brand awareness or direct response marketing, or if you're gonna try and merge them both. And if so, let me know any questions or comments you have, or again, any suggestions for a future video in the comment section below. Also, if you're not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and if you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. That's all for now, and I'll catch you next time on The Modern Marketing Show.